Welcome to the channel. Today's episode we have yet another Spec Miata. This one's going to get completely rewrapped. We'll also have a little bit of a crispy situation under the hood we're going to address. It's getting some new panels. We're going to be repairing some panels. And I also have footage of the car getting wrapped, so stay tuned. We're over here at OPM picking this thing up. This car is going to get rewrapped all over. The right side doesn't look too bad, other than maybe a few blisters from the fire. The rear of the car is not too bad. We are going to be repairing this quarter panel here. It's got two pretty big dents in it. The door is going to get replaced. As you can see here, it's pushed in pretty good. We're also going to be replacing some core support pieces in the front and getting the front end lined out. So let's get back to the shop and get to work. We're waiting on some new core support pieces to come in, so while we're waiting, we're going to pull off this damaged door, get the new door cut out for the roll cage clearance, and get it test fit on the car. So this door is damaged here, all the way over through here. It's bent in the back here. So this whole door would be full of filler. And you can find used doors that are reasonably priced, so we're going to put a new door on this car. We're going to use this door as a template to cut out the new door. Now that we have the new door bolted to the car, you can really see how far the quarter panel is pushed in. So we're going to use the door as a guide to know how far to pull the quarter panel out while we're repairing it. Alright, so this thing's all taped up and ready for primer. This car's not getting painted on the outside, it's getting wrapped. So all we have to do once the primer's dry is get it sanded smooth for the wrap guy. Alright, so I just picked up the new parts for the Spec Miata. Got some brackets here, some end caps, and the lower core support. So now we can take this front end apart and start getting it repaired. Now that everything's repaired and the front end's welded up, it's time to start getting everything ready to cut in. Whenever you're painting the bottom side of a hood that's ever been on a car, you always want to clean it really well because there's oil and grease residue that can cause you problems when you're painting. So we're going to take this hood outside, we're going to spray it down with some degreaser, take a scrub brush to it, and also a pressure washer just to make sure that it's clean. Alright, so you can see here where the flames tickled underneath the hood and it blistered up the paint. We had to basically just feather it out. And I'll be putting an etch primer on this aluminum to make sure we got good adhesion and then painting it gray. We're going to pull off this wheel and tire and also the fender so that we can access the underside of this apron to repair this barbecue damage. Whenever you have exposed threads like these studs, or even bolt holes on a panel that you're going to be painting, it's a good idea to cover those up with tape. It'll prevent paint from getting in the threads, which will cause problems when you're reassembling, like cross-threading. And nobody wants to cross-thread a bolt because that can make a 2-minute job into a 2-hour job. All the parts are taped up and sanded in the booth, ready to go. The lower core support, the apron area is all sanded and taped up and ready to go. We're going to be putting 1 coat of epoxy sealer on this, followed by 2 coats of gray single stage. Alright, so we're done painting. Let's give it a quick walk around, give you a good close-up look to see what it looks like. Make sure we don't have to fix anything before we clean out our paint gun. Everything looks good. We'll let this dry overnight. We'll come back in the morning and start putting this car back together. Alright, so all the parts are dry. We're going to get the hood and the door and go hang them back on the car. We got the hood on and we got the door on, so now what we have to do is put the headlights in, get the front bumper on, start lining everything up, and this car will be finished. This car is ready to be wrapped, so let's head over to Car Wrap Specialist and see if they'll let us watch them wrap it. Alright, we're here. So let's go inside and see how the pros wrap a car.
I have found out if you'll take one breeches leg and tuck it down into your sock a little bit, people will expect a whole lot less from you.
Alright, so that's going to be about it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel, consider subscribing and ringing that bell notification, that way you won't miss any future content. If you have any thoughts or questions, leave it in the comment section down below. And as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. See ya!